Property taxes have gone up so much here in Florida.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we're going to talk about something serious. Property taxes across America are skyrocketing, and families everywhere are getting hit with hikes so steep. It feels like they are paying a second mortgage. And in this video today, I've gathered some of the key insights and examples to show you that what's really happening right now. And now let's get started.
I just left the county appraisal district because I decided to protest my property tax. And it's actually a lot easier than you think. I'm also from a smaller town, so there wasn't a lot of waiting or anything. Might be a little bit different if you're like from a big city. So your property taxes go into escrow when you make your monthly payment along with your homeowner's insurance, and that is evaluated every single year. So this wasn't one of those situations where the lender got me into the home and underestimated my property taxes. He actually overestimated it so much that I got a $3,600 escrow overpayment check back in January of this year. So that overage check literally lowered my monthly payments by like $380 a month, which is great. But then my tax assessment on my home just came back. I had until June 7th to protest it. I don't know if that's the same or if every county's different. I have no idea. So anyway, this is to keep it from hopefully like me having a drastically higher tax bill for 2025. But it was really easy, okay? So all you have to do is, let me just like cover some information, is bring your closing disclosure in, which looks like this, okay? It's a tall sheet of paper, literally like pretty tall, and not even a sheet. It's like 5 or 6 pages, maybe even more. No, it's 6 pages. Anyway, I just needed to bring that to the appraisal district with my driver's license and say that I'd like to protest my property taxes. And then they had someone call me back, and then I gave them my closing disclosure. I don't know what they did on their end, but it was a lot of typing and talking. And then he was like, okay, you're good to go. And then they had me sign a form. It's a settlement and waiver of protest. Let me just cover my address. That's literally what it looked like. They had me sign that, and then that was it. We're good to go. It knocked off about $75,000 of like my home assessment. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but based off my calculations, I do think I'll still have a slight escrow shortage. I don't think it'll be anything drastic, but I do think it'll be about like $50 to $75 a month after me protesting this tax assessment. So yeah, your property tax, like, and your insurance, like, these things get assessed every single freaking year. And the truth is, you just have to be prepared for it. Like, I'm not going to be shocked when my property taxes and my escrow amount goes up at the end of this year, because I prepared for it. Like, I know this 7 months in advance. But yeah, always file homestead exemption. I did do that in December. It's actually due in April, but I literally filed it late. No issues though. But once again, I am from a small town. So homestead exemption, and then protest your taxes every single year. Because unfortunately for us, those things are going to keep going up every single year. So you want them to go up on the lesser amount, you know? But yeah, shout out to freaking escrow, RIP. So yeah, if you needed a sign to freaking go protest your property taxes, let it be this one. Like I said, mine was due June 7th. I have no idea if that differs county by county. Like, I could not tell you. This is the first home I've ever.
Yeah, it's cool. Our property taxes have increased 61% since purchasing this home 6 years ago. And we got our property tax bill in the mail today, and I about fell over. And I don't think that this is a topic that enough people talk about when it comes to talking about home ownership and how you purchase a home and you try to budget for and prepare for different things, but the property taxes are so like out of your control. And of course, like, we expected them to increase like a little bit year over year, but 61% in 6 years is just mind-boggling. And I just need to know that I'm not alone. So like, if you have crazy property taxes, please let me know, because this feels crazy. For reference, we are just outside of Atlanta. We are in Cobb County, Georgia, like right over the line from Fulton County. And while I am grateful that our home is increasing in value, I am also horrified because everything else, the price of everything else is increasing. And this was like the last extra bill that we needed.
I made a video on here a few weeks back about property taxes in Michigan and how we collectively as a society need to get our property taxes under control for the next generation. The amount of people that in my comments that were like, well, you should have known the property taxes beforehand. You shouldn't have bought the house. You should be a renter, all the things, right? The higher point that everybody is missing is this whole pull up your bootstraps or you should have known better is no longer going to fly. These younger generations that are coming up behind us, they don't even have hope anymore. So when we talk about, oh, this younger generation, they're silly, they're unmotivated. Well, yeah. Have you seen the houses? Have you seen the cost of what it would actually cost for them to have the same dreams that you had when you were growing up? Because even when we were young and we were in these jobs where we were busting our asses, we knew that eventually we were going to have our own lawn. We were going to have our own home. But these younger generations, they don't even have hope.
Property taxes have gone up so much here in Florida that we have decided to move. I know a lot of people are feeling the same thing right now. You buy a home, and it's an investment and everything, and you lock in at a price at what your payment's going to be. But when you're in a booming area and a booming state, nothing's locked in. But yeah, we bought in a seller's market and we're selling in a buyer's market, so that's not ideal, but it just kind of is what it is.
Just this year, our monthly mortgage went up nearly $500 a month. And no, it's not because we're new construction. I'm a realtor, I know how that works. We've also been in our house 8 years. It went up because our home insurance, and we've never filed a claim, more than doubled. And our property taxes are through the roof. $500 a month, y'all. That's absolutely insane. Over the last couple of years, I've helped several people move from other states to Texas, whether they moved for political reasons, what they assumed were going to be affordability reasons, whatever the reasoning. And I've had so many of them tell me that Texas was a pipe dream because of property taxes. Even though it was broken down for them, they were shown how much property taxes estimated were going to be. They did not expect the year over year to increase as much as it has in the past 4 or 5 years. And they didn't feel like property tax versus state income tax was equal. They actually felt like they were making more money and able to keep more of their money in other states that they fled from.
As you can see, the numbers are staggering. In just 2 years, property taxes have surged to over 23% in Tampa, nearly 20% in Indianapolis, 90% in Dallas, 18.7% in Jacksonville, and 18.6% in Atlanta. These increases are massive, and they are pushing many families to breaking point. But homeowners are not completely powerless. Each year is important to review your property tax assessment, and if something looks off, file an appeal. It's also worth exploring exemptions or relief programs. Since many states, this can significantly reduce the burden for you. Most importantly, plan ahead. Property taxes are likely to keep rising, and while it is difficult to predict the exact amount, budgeting for these increases is far better than being caught off guard. And hopefully this was helpful to you. You can share your thoughts in the comment section below and what's happening in the property taxes in your area. That is the end of our video today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you find this video helpful, you can please give us a big subscription down below. And goodbye. See you in the next one.